welcome to part 2.
Garrett, I have troubling news.
Oh, hey.
The Hammerites and the Pagans have discovered it was you who stole their artifacts.
Big shock.
Both factions are very angry. However, they are willing to overlook your recent crimes if you are willing to aid them by performing specific tasks. Until then, beware, for they will attack you on sight. A Hammerite named Inspector Drept wrote this missive for me to deliver to you. I contacted a pagan shaman named Diane, and she agreed to post a similar note for you on the outskirts of the pagan territory in the docks. I have done what I can to aid you. Farewell, and good luck. Good evening.
Did you need something scribed?
Great. The Hammers and Pagans are mad at me because of jobs I did for the Keepers. I better find out what they want and then decide whether or not I want to bother trying to improve their opinion of me.
So they want me to kill a bunch of rust mites. Those are the giant beetles. And Inspector Drept is personally inquiring about some sort of hag, something like that. They will miss this ring, will they? I bet Orland was just joking. I saw this paper over here that looked like it was flashing. Oh, a map. I like maps. But now we have a new button. Shows us the faction. Both the Hammers and the Pagans are still hostile to me, but if I do certain tasks for them, that can change to neutral, which means they'll stop attacking me on the streets, and allied, which means they'll actually not attack me when I go into their compounds. Interesting. Seems like the Keeper Council is rather oddly incurious. A secret switch. It's my favorite kind. Doesn't appear to be any way through the wall, though. So, the Brethren and Betrayer. In Thief 2, it was pretty clear from the context that the Brethren and Betrayer was Garrett himself, but now they seem less certain. Personally, I think there is a reason for this. Now I realize that this is stretching a bit, but I figure I owe the game at least that much. So the idea I have is that simply Brethren and Betrayer
Nice night, huh?
Good evening.
is not necessarily tied to any particular individual.
Hello, Garrett. Orland informs me that you are to receive the Keeper Door glyph. You must perform the scribe ritual to do so. Place your hands into the indentations on the plaque behind me. That is all.
That's pretty simple. Let me through Keeper Doors, eh?
Very well, Garrett. You now have all the powers of an acolyte. You are able to see and open Keeper Doors. Look for the glyph. Keeper Artemis also wishes to see you, I believe. Farewell. Turn your gaze elsewhere, child.
Shut up. I already talked to him anyway. So this again is just the written version of what she was just saying. But, Keeper Doors, eh? Get me through hidden passages, eh?
This way leads to the Forbidden Libraries. I could sneak my way in, but I can't let any keepers catch me in there.
And if I put out that torch, that'll be far too suspicious. But perhaps there's another way. that's the way out. Still kind of confusing that they've got that upper
These
door.
are dark times. Go with care.
Sort of a window, and yet not. Oh, this is... I've read all that before. But yes, my theory goes that the Brethren and Betrayer is a title that is frequently used more than once.
Elder Draco, may I speak with you? I think I've found something in my studies. A connection.
Go on, and speak up, Scribe. I can barely hear you.
Well, everyone knows the Compendium of Reproach has been missing, and then last week I scribed a passage, and it read, "The Compendium will be borne by a terrible storm."
Yes, I remember the report. Interesting. Yet, no sign of any inclement weather, eh, Scribe?
No, but then, just a few days ago, a ship came into the docks area. Do you remember the report from Keeper Alcott? He said the ship had managed to get itself into port, though no one was left alive to man it. A plague ship. The crew. Undead.
Yes, it is indeed a tragedy, and a mystery, but I see no connection. A storm would not cause the ship to befall such a fate.
No, but the name of the ship, Elder Draco. The name of the ship is the Abysmal Gale. Is that not another way of saying terrible storm? This is the connection of which I speak.
Ah, I see your point. And the error in your thinking. The compendium was lost ages ago. How could it possibly be on a ship that has just come into port?
What if they found it?
Enough, Scribe. I have important business to attend to, in case you haven't heard. There's a dark age approaching.
Yes, Elder Draco. Thank you for speaking with me.
Maybe the scribe is on to something. I should check out this ship, the Abysmal Gale, next time I visit the docks.
This is more stuff about the sunken citadel, sounds like. And as for this, you were shining earlier. Again, the written form of the conversation we just witnessed. Now that that's all done with, there is one thing left to do. Thou shalt not ply thy trade here, eh? Well, you'll have to catch me first. Crap, they caught me. Well, they won't do this so a second time.
What is your opinion?
About the libraries? I think Orland is right to restrict Garrett's movements. These books are far too valuable to risk. Besides, there's nothing here in the forbidden libraries that a thief would want. It is missing,
Curious.
and I think we know who the thief is.
Whoops. Seems I got a little overzealous there. Sorry about that, but
Enough. There is nothing. We should resume our duties.
I think...
The keepers are wasting their time writing about me. I'm a thief, and a good one. But I've got nothing to do with their prophecies.
This right here is basically a summary of the last two games, as written from the Keeper's perspective. So as I was saying earlier, my theory regarding the Brethren and Betrayer, specifically the reason why the Keepers are worried about it, even though it was quite clear who it was in the last game, is that Brethren and Betrayer is a title, and one that is not specifically endowed to any one person, but rather something that returns to the prophecies time and again, referring to different people as the situation warrants. Basically, you could think of it as Homeric phrasing. Essentially, like the rosy-fingered dawn. Oh, I love that sigh of frustration. Tells me I'm doing a good job. So essentially, the last prophecy, the prophecy of the Metal Age, the passage was quite clear by context who the Brethren of Betrayer was. However, this is a new prophecy, and as such, the titles may apply to different people. Garrett's involved again, but he might be referred to as someone else. There's that map they were talking about. Oh, what the... damn it. I assume that another aspect is that the Brethren and Betrayer is more important in this case.
There is no noise now.
Possibly because he or she is referred to as doing more dangerous things. I can also understand why the Keepers would be suspicious of Garrett, since he was the Brethren and Betrayer last time. Oh, the pagans are on the march.
Flame never lasts.
Not when you keep firing water arrows at it anyway. Gotta be careful, doesn't look like he's moving. Blackjacking anyone at this point is out of the question, naturally.
Did someone just put out that... Hey, what happened to the torch? Must be drafty.
Yeah, sure. A really wet draft put it out. I suppose that'll have to do.
Huh? There was no noise. And if it's missing, maybe one of the elders, borrowed it.
Seems like that scribe doesn't have a very good opinion of his elders. Was there a second one? No, I suppose it was just its shadow. Enforcers. Interesting. Evidently, Garrett once had a promising career ahead of him as an enforcer before he quit. He was really quite gifted in that sort of work. I saw that glint. Seems like there's a candlestick on the other end, too. Gotcha. That's the way back down. Nab that candlestick.
Right there. Perhaps.
Oh, this is just outside the main chamber. I wonder wonder how they get ladders tall enough to reach the bookshelves just across the way. Oops. Okay, she's not investigating. Seems like she just walks slightly to the left or to the right.
Nothing burns forever.
I wonder whose office this is. Doesn't look like there's anything written for me to read here, unfortunately. But at least I got a little more loot out of it. And especially when keepers are involved, well, stealing their books is its own reward.
Yes. Terrible. Terrible. Manus erratica. Malus morto enduvium. Doubly cursed. My hands fall useless.
Now it's just the process of working our way back down.
I guess I really didn't hear anything. I guess.
Now, as I recall, you've got a purse on you. Of course, I don't want you to even think I'm around. So I need to be very, very careful about this. Got it. Going down. Oh, right, the woman who patrols this. Which way is she coming? Okay. Dodge the other way. Go back through the secret door. And back out where I'm allowed to let people see me. Apply my trade here.
If I tell them, I'll be sent to the infirmary for who knows how long. Not there. Never again. No. This time, maybe I'll take Bernard up in his offer. That glyph that helps quiet the mind and fortify the body.
What's wrong with the infirmary?
Trust your instincts, Scribe.
Not all is right here. But I'll see you on the docks.